Hello and welcome, my name is Gerry van der Velde and I'm going to show you the new DIY blocks, along with some tips on how you can get the best result and some Christmas card ideas. So in this video I'm going to show you the DIY blocks. They come in 4 different designs. So Cozy Christmas, Winter Wonderland, and then Christmas Memories and Happy Christmas. They can all be used for making Christmas cards, and Winter Wonderland is a bit more of a winter scene. But you can use this one all winter as well. So what are those DIY blocks? What can you do with them? What's in it? How do they look? So let me show you with Cozy Christmas. And let's just take a peek inside what you can expect. On the first few pages you see lots of elements and fun designs to decorate your Christmas cards. All the pages are double in the block and this makes that you get lots of options to choose from. All the elements on the pages are die cuts and this makes that you don't have to fussy cut, saving you lots of time to create your cards. Next I have some pages with cards. And the other one is with tags, with strips, fun shapes and some cool border elements. And these are also die cut shapes, so super easy to work with. Next are 5 papers with patterns. Patterns that fill the complete background and they come in 5 different designs. And the back of these pattern papers come in a single color. And these colors are matching colors that go well with the colors used in the designs of the pattern paper. Also in these blocks are pattern papers with some bigger designs. So this one has a repetitive pattern with a fun scene in the corner. Then these two have a border and a scene in the corner. And these two have some fun scenes in the corner. And this one has a lovely border at the bottom as well. So when I turn them over, you have those block colors again. And all these designs are also twice in your paper pad. When you want to take out the die cuts, it's easiest to take the page out of the block. When you do that, make sure to fold it back and go over the edge where it's glued in the block and then fold it back again. And this way you can easily take the page out without ripping the paper. The easiest way to get the elements out of the paper is to hold the paper next to the shape and the shape itself and then start wiggling it back and forth. And this way the shape comes loose very easily, without tearing the paper. Now this piece is pretty intricate with lots of tiny details, so make sure to hold it in a few different places so you can take out this pretty sled in one piece. This pretty sled has some more tiny details inside the shape. And to take these out you do exactly the same, but make your movements a little bit smaller. So hold it on 2 sides and wiggle it back and forth. And you can also take out the piece from the back if that's easier to reach. And this way you can take out all those tiny pieces as well. And this will give you a pretty detailed die cut shape ready to use to decorate your cards. To take out the cards is even easier. You just fold the paper on the cutting line next to the card and you also fold it on the other side in the same way. And then you do the same on the long side. Just fold it on the cutting line next to the card on both sides. And this way the cards come out smoothly and very easily without needing any tools. One way to cut up these A4 size papers is to cut a piece at 5.5 inch and then cut that part in 2 pieces of 3/7/8 of an inch. And for the other piece, cut that at 5 3/4 and then fold it at 4 1/8 of an inch. I use the guillotine cutter for this, but you can also use a score tool or fold it by hand. And then burnish to get a nice crisp fold. And this will give you 1 double card and 2 card fronts that are slightly smaller, making them great for layering. And you can also use the papers to cut 2 double cards out of 1 sheet. And once you start cutting the papers, you have a bunch of card bases in no time. And make sure to keep those strips that fall off, because you can use them as embellishments or to create another background. So here are the cards. I made some piles. So here we have the cards with the pattern on the outside. Here we have cards with the pattern on the outside, but then in layers on top of another card. It's with a single color inside or with the pattern inside. Then we have two cards with a bigger design that was in the pattern paper. Then we have some cards with a smaller design at the bottom of the card. Then we have the cards with the pattern paper with a single color inside and the single color on top. And we have some cards with the pattern paper inside and the single color on the outside. And now let's make some cards. The card on the left has one of those mini cards, just added to a single colored card with the pattern on the inside. For the other card I have added the small card on a mat and I add that to my card. And I'm using Effect Snow to add a bit of dimension. The tiny tip makes it very easy to apply, also in smaller areas that you want to fill, adding some fine details or just adding a bit more. And this adds some cool dimension to any Christmas or winter card. For the next card I have a base card with a pattern on the outside, a panel with a single color on top, and I have a mini card and some elements from the die cut papers. First I add a mini card in place and then I'm going to make a nice composition with the other elements. Here's another card that I did in the same way, but now I've added a mini card in the left top corner. I let the Christmas tree that's in the background come back in the foreground in a bigger size and added a bunch of gifts and some flowers to finish the design. Here I have two cards with some layers and a flower in the bottom corner. Just by adding some elements you can extend the design and give it a bit more dimension. Another thing that you can do to add a bit more dimension to your card is to distress the edges. Here I've added one of those mini cards again on a single colored mat, and the distressed edge as well as the color of the mat will make the mini card stand out from the background a little bit more. I add some presents in the left bottom corner and this will add to the dimension as well. Next I have a card base with a pattern on the outside and I have some elements and I also have some of those strips that I showed you earlier. Now if you were to put the sled directly on the card it will sink into that pattern and it's hardly visible. So I want to put it on the tag but the tag isn't big enough. So I'm going to extend my tag by adding some of those paper strips to the back. And I just make some fun layers. Once all the layers are in place I add a complete piece on my card. And to give that sled something to stand on, I add another piece of the red paper. And this makes another fun and easy layered card. Another way to make your elements pop is to add some foam to the back. This way the element is a bit raised and it also adds to the dimension and depth on the card. Another way to extend the pattern that's already on the card design is to add one or a few elements that are the same or similar to the ones that are already on the background design. And this also gives the card a bit of dimension and brings it a bit more to life. For a more clean and simple card style, you can also work on a single color background. Just use some of those elements to make a fun composition and I add a little banner at the top. And this makes another fun and fast Christmas card. Now here are the cards I showed you in this video with some fun, fast and easy designs. These are the cards that I didn't use yet, so I'm going to go on and make some more Christmas cards. These are only half of the papers from the die cut block, so you can really make a lot of Christmas cards with this die cut block only. I hope you liked this video and the idea sparked your imagination for your Christmas card makes. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and until next time.